Hello, so let's take a look at the constructed response, for the two stories from today. So these two stories have quite a bit in common. So if you had trouble trying to figure out some difference between them, again, this is where we have to pay attention to the little details. So part A asks us to explain one difference between the two cases. So one possible answer, and again, this is not the only answer you could come up with, so if you have a different take on it, that's totally fine. But the cases of Centolia Brown and the Scottsboro boys are different because Brown's case exposes prejudice in the justice system against poor, homeless people, while the Scottsboro case examines prejudice in the justice system against people based on race. So if you notice here, I started off, as we started the other ones, all the other answers for Part A off, where you're just very direct. This and this are different because, or if it's asking you for something similar, this and this are similar because. So again, we're not worried about style points here. In fact, the part we have highlighted in red and in yellow are very similar structured, so which I'm not a big fan of, but again, we're not looking for style points here. So both of these cases involve African Americans, so we need to look, so we can't use that as a difference. So if you remember from the case against Brown, it talked about that she had been poor and homeless. So that is, an example. So they're similar in that it's looking at these errors in our justice system, but again, it's different. Here we can look at different groups of people. So if we look at Part B, we have to find something from Brown, and again, you just have to look for something that supports what you said. So again, what we're talking about here is prejudice in the justice system against poor and homeless people. So here we could just establish that she was homeless. So here I just dropped in a direct quote. Brown supporters have said she acted in self-defense when she killed a man who had paid to have sex with her, describing her as a victim of human trafficking who was preyed upon when she was homeless. So there we're highlighting that she was homeless. Part C, we're looking at the Scottsboro boys story. Here, Scottsboro boys, using a partial quote, 9 black teenagers falsely accused of rape in 1931. So again, that shows that how their race played into their conviction. Part D, we could choose from either passage. I chose from the Scottsboro boys story. Their 9 trials had spanned just 2 days at the Scottsboro courthouse, all before an all-white jury, argued by a defense lawyer who didn't know Alabama law. All but the youngest received the death penalty. So there, again, we're not looking for, we're not trying to construct some very complex essay. It's just make a claim, find 3 pieces of evidence that support it. So, and again, if you took a different angle, that is totally fine. There's more than one. This one was just the most obvious to me, but maybe not the most obvious to you. Maybe it was something else. So if you have any questions about this, let me know. Shoot me an email. Otherwise, make sure you turn it in. Good luck on the test, and I will see you on Friday. Friday we will meet, but it will be very, very short.